Hi everybody, this is Brian Seymour, Director of Instructional Technology for Pickerington Local School Districts. I'd like to welcome you to Google Drive 101, and in this course we're going to go over the basics of Google Drive and show you how to navigate around Google Drive and show you some of the very basic functionality. There will also be a Google Drive 201 and a Google Drive 301 that will go into some more advanced functionality of Google Drive. So as you can see here, I am on the Google homepage, and as you can see, we've also got the basic things that we set up in the overview portion of the Google Drive video. So to get into Google Drive, you're going to click on this little 3x3 square here, and you're going to click on Drive. The very first time that you log in to Drive, you're going to get up some messages. So welcome to the new Google Drive. It's designed to help get some things done. Save time by getting organized. Select multiple files, folders, and then move them or share them all at once. Bring back old files to life, so we can bring old files that you maybe have deleted or so on back to you. And then ready to go. So here we go. Let's take me to Drive. Okay. If you have logged into Google Drive and you had used it earlier, you're going to get a message that says go to the new drive. I would strongly encourage you to go to the new drive. It's a lot more user-friendly than the old one. Instead of giving just lists of topics, it actually gives you pictures and images of what all these things look like. All right, so to navigate around a little bit, you can just kind of see this is the same as what's on most of the pages. You've got your Google+, your different apps that you can get to, your notifications, as well as your Google Plus notifications, and then your picture. Okay. Over here onto the side, you know that we're in Google Drive. You've also got these different, these 6 different options here. So this first one in the red box is new. This is to create a new thing to go into your Google Drive. Now there are lots of things that you can do. You can do a folder, you can do a file upload, or you can do a folder upload. So if you were using so let's say First Class as a file storage, you can use this as a file storage. Or you can use Google Drive for an incredible amount of stuff. There is no limit on the amount of material that you can save in here. All right. So if you wanted to have a terabyte full of information, you can put everything that you want into Google Drive. All right. Also down here, you can create Google Docs, you can create Google Sheets, you can create Google Slides, you can create Google Forms, and you can create Google Drawings, and there are even more that you can do. So Google Docs, let's pretend that you had an essay, or let's say you wanted your kids to write an essay. They could actually write the essay here, share the essay with you, and then you could actually edit it right through Google Docs and give them feedback that they could see instantaneously, basically, as you were doing it. Google Sheets is like Excel. It's got a little bit of a stripped down functionality from Excel, but it's pretty close. Google Slides is like PowerPoint to be able to make presentations. This would be a really good way for students to be able to work together. So if you want them to do a presentation, they could do the presentation completely online. Google Forms, you've used Google Forms numerous times. Those are the ones that we send out from the district office asking you to give us information. And then Google Drawings is what it says, Google Drawings. So let's say that I wanted to create a Google Sheet, for example. Okay, I could go in here, and it looks very similar like a spreadsheet. So we could say buildings, we could say teacher name, we could say position, we could say grade level, you know, whatever it is that you want. You can do all those different types of things. Now, the unique thing that Google allows us to do is to share these amongst numerous people. So let's say that I wanted to share this with Brian Seymour, let's say. So we'll go up here to share, and you have to come up with a name with it. So we'll just say teacher information. Save this. And now all I have to do is just start typing in names, okay? Now, here's where it gets really important. Before the transition, so if your school has not been transitioned over to using Google for email, you need to click on this one that says staff.plsdusa. Okay? If you go to this one, it's not going to share with me. It's going to send it to my PLSD account. Eventually, what will happen is as you transition over, this one will be replaced by this one, and everything that's shared will still continue to be shared. So now I can hit share, and here's the other options you can do. If I share this with Brian Seymour, he can be able to edit this, or I can comment on this, or he can only view it. All right, so it depends on what level you want them to have. Do you want that person you're sharing it with to be able to go in and make changes? Do you want that person just to be able to go in and make comments? Or do you want that person just to be able to go in and view it? Okay, so you click on whatever it is that you want to do, and then you've got a note, please look over this. Okay, and then hit send. And now Bob Ross and Brian Seymour have access to this. Okay? You can share this with as many people as you want. So if you want multiple classrooms, if you want your entire English department to be looking at something, you can do that as you need to. So if we go now back to Google Drive, you'll now notice that that piece right there is something that's been created. So you can open that back up, and it opens it up right in Sheets. Okay. So let's say now I wanted a document that I've created that's on my desktop. So I've got this thing which is website evaluation. So let's say I wanted to drag that and save it in my Google Drive. So all you have to do is very simple. Take it, drag it right in here. This little blue window pops up. You let go. It loads it. It said that it's uploaded. And now it's here. So now let's say I want to share that with somebody. So once again, I can just click on this. I can hit this plus sign up here, because now once you click on an object, you notice that these things are popped up. So this will get a link. This will website share this. This is a preview. Remove it. More actions. Open with. Move to. Add a star. Rename. View details. Okay. So if I want to share this with somebody, so once again, let's say I want to share this with Brian Seymour. Once again, before the transition, click on staff. After the transition, click on at PLSD. Let's say this time I only want him to be able to view it. Send it. So now it's been shared. Okay. So let's say that somebody has shared something with you. It is not going to show up here in your drive. It's going to show up here in incoming. Okay. So let's go back over. Let me open up Safari here real quick. And let's go to Google. And I'll log in on my account. And I will log in. And I'm going to share something. So let's say I wanted to share this with Bob Ross. So I'll just type in Bob Ross. And usually the first time you do it, you kind of have to type in the email. Okay, and Bob Ross can edit that. Sending, and this is a bigger file. So if we go back, incoming, should have sent something smaller. Okay, so there it is. So now you can see that in my incoming folder, this was sent to Bob Ross by Brian Seymour at 1:31 p.m. and there is the information that you'd want to see. Okay. So if you click on that, it then pulls up the schedule piece that was sent. Okay. The next spot down here then is recent. All the stuff that I've worked on recently. Anything that I've starred that's important. So let's say I starred this as significant. It will then pop up down here as starred. So if you have certain things, because eventually your drive's going to get rather large. You're going to have lots of things that are going on in your drive account. Okay, so starred ones would be ones that are significantly important. and then you've also got things that you've thrown away in trash. Now, there is a way that we can be able to get things back for you, but we're still working through all those processes, so we'll let you know how to do those later on in some of the sessions. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about real quickly is you can do different views. So you can do this in list view if you'd like, and you can do it by alphabetical order, or you can do it by date modified, or you can go back to this. I like this view because this actually gives you a picture of what the object's looking like. Okay. You can also look at details. So when were these things updated? This is especially important when you're looking at things like, hey, you know, I want to see how my kids are doing on something that I asked them to work on. You can actually see who edited and when they edited these bits and pieces for it. And this last part is just some settings, and this just gives you a couple different pieces and parts. Nothing's really significant at this point in time on the settings. Okay. So this is the end of Google Drive 101 to give you a basic overview of how to use Google Drive. The next one will be Google 201, which will get more into some of the functionalities of how to use these different pieces and parts over here to create a Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, Google Form, or a Google Drawing. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed Google